Today I'm going to show you how to create a simple castle tower in Blender. I'll start with the crenellations and then move into the tower, and I'll show you how it can be adjusted to make a variety of tower shapes. So we're going to go into edit mode, grab the top, extrude it twice, grab this side, extrude it twice in the X direction. Then we're going to be in using loop cut tool to create a series of cuts along multiple sides. Now go into face select mode, select these front three faces and these back three faces, delete them, then go into edge select and scale in the X direction. And scale in the X direction on the front and to narrow it. Then bridge those edge loops. That creates a nice arrow slit. Then go and look at the bottom and select those faces on the sides and two columns in the middle. Extrude 0.5, select these faces. This is allowing us to create kind of the crenellation, the articulations at the bottom. And then do it again. Then select these back faces. Then add a cube. And grab the cube and move it in the Y direction 2.5. Then face select, grab this face, and grab and move in this direction twice. Then grab the whole thing, move it twice in the negative direction. Then select this back face and grab it and move it as far down as you want the tower to be. Minus 20 is probably good. And go out of that mode, edit mode, and add in an array modifier. Select merge. Then add a curve modifier and put in a curve like a circle. Then select circle. Now this sometimes happens where the faces are backwards. There's an easy way to fix this. You go into the curve, select segments, switch direction, and then suddenly they're in the right direction. Now, how does it know how many crenellations to make? Well, you can go in here and go to fit curve, and then you can select it, and that'll select exactly the number of crenellations to fit the curve. Now, if you look at it, you know these faces are really sharp. If you don't want them to be sharp like that, you can go into edit mode, select loop tools, and then create a loop cut, many loop cuts along here. The more you do, the smoother it'll be. That allows you to make a nice smooth shape. Now the nice thing about this is you can go into the curve and you can change the shape of the curve and it'll change the shape of the towers. So you can make it bigger or smaller. You can also go into individual origins, and if you scale them, you can make it more square. Or you could subdivide it and then do that again, and you can make it more like an octagon. And so that's the basics of the tower. Next, I'll show you how to create the individual steps that'll go up the tower. Select this and turn off the arrays. Go into edit mode and add in another cube. Grab the cube and move it minus 22. and then grab it and move it in the Y direction 4.5. And select the top face and grab it and move it down 0.2. 1.5 or 5. And select it and remove it. Select this and add an array modifier that moves 0.5 in the Z direction and 0.5 in the X direction, or however large you want to make those steps. Then do fit curve and select the Bezier curve. Then add the curve modifier again and select the circle. Then turn on these again, and you can see that it has the stairs inside. Now, to make the stairs the right size, you can go into edit mode, select it, select this front face, make sure you turn on this so that it works in edit mode, then grab it in the Z direction and move it up, and you can adjust just how tall you want it. Or if you want shorter, you can do multiple layers. And then if you want the stairs to go into the center, you grab this back face and it'll squeeze them until they're in the center. But not all stairs tend to look that way, so I find that a good thing to do is to add in a cylinder and then move it so that it's aligned with the top. So mine is 3.5 perhaps. Grab these bottom faces and then put them down to the bottom. Off there and grab this top face, move it up. There you have it. You have this this tower, and it has stairs. Now there's no entrance into this tower. It's a little bit hard to get into it. So we can add that. To do so, simply add another cube, go into the side view, grab it and move it down to the bottom, and grab it and move to the side. Then go into edit mode. Then we're going to do some loop cuts. You can add more geometry if you wish. Then you've got to locate where the start of the stairs is located. Switch this to 3D cursor. Rotate it around until you find the entrance. Then select the cube. Make sure that this is below the bottom. Select and add a Boolean modifier, not bevel. Make sure it's difference, not union. Then select this shape. And then you can select hide on that shape, and you've got a nice curved entrance. And you can walk up the stairs on the inside. Now, if you don't like how tall those steps are, you can change the height and then add in additional curves layers. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to add, you can add in a roof using a simple cone. And just place it on top like that. And that is it for the tutorial.